with you. The voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
What's up? How y'all doing? We made it to Friday. What's up? Happy Friday to you. What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all come on in here, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. I hope you got your babe merch, but we about to Joce. Y'all come on in here, come on in here, come on in here. All right, my girl Crystal says she got her family tree back to 1882. I love it. Keep going. A lot of y'all gonna run into a couple of things when it comes to the census and all that. That's when they started burning up your information. But don't worry about it. There are workarounds. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You like the camo, Jay Grizzly? You know, I saw this and I said, I think this will be dope. And I ain't gonna lie. I got it in the mail. Yeah. See this one right here? Y'all gotta come get this one. If y'all don't get no other hat, you gotta get this one. I'm telling you now. This one right here is what you call it? Engraved, not engraved, embroidery. You know what I mean? It's embroidered. It's embroidery, all of that. Y'all gotta go get one of these, man. And this is just the beginning, though. Like I said, I got a whole bunch. I got my babe shirt on, too. Babe shirt on. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm babe down to the socks, and I ain't got nothing on. Make sure if y'all want to support the doll, you go to the doll's house or the doll shop. I'm sorry. At VoodooDollTVShop.com. Babe is the new wave, and the reason for this is Black Americans versus everybody. That's just the acronym, babe. Black Americans versus everybody. And that's just us. So y'all make sure y'all cop y'all merch, man. Holla at the dog. But anyway, before we, now that we got all that out of the way, it's Friday. Happy Friday. I'm so happy y'all are doing well. It's a beautiful Friday where I am. I hope the sun is out where you are. I got to walk. I got to ground. I got to go hug on my tree. I am feeling amazing. I feel like I'm exuding light. So I hope that I can help exude some light on somebody today. Now, before we get into the show, y'all already know what it is. Morning announcements go as follow. Y'all, thank you for showing up to the Morning Joce. We do this Monday through Friday. So if you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Welcome on in. We do, you know, a lot of topics. It be whatever, however it go. You feel what I'm saying? But you will be at least thought-provoked before you leave on the Morning Joce. So welcome on in. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, like the live, and subscribe to the channel to let the people know we around here Joce. You see what I'm saying? Then also Black America genealogy is the most important thing you could do right now. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the internet, but genealogy is the hot topic. Everybody is doing their genealogy, okay? So I need you guys to hop on board, do your genealogy. For those of you who don't know what that is, all it is a family tree. All you're trying to do is find the people who came before you. You'd be surprised what comes with that. And I mean, in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Some reparations can come from that. Inheritances. You don't know. It's all kind of hidden stuff hidden in our ancestors. So we have to, please, you guys, do our genealogy. That's going to kill all the noise with everything because it's documentation. How my boy Typecast says, documentation overrules conversation. You see what I'm saying? So please, y'all, make sure y'all go down there and do your genealogy. And some of y'all may not know where to start. I wish I had just one big bullhorn to show y'all. I had a lady come on my channel a long time ago and talk about genealogy. I mean, I might need to either have her back or somebody else. If y'all know somebody who's really good with genealogy, send them my way and have them. We could probably have them come over here and help some people. But ultimately, genealogy is king right now. Paperwork. All of that, oh, I sent my little spit off in the tube, and them people said this, that, and the third. Girl, all of that is played. You got to go get your genealogy. So I need everybody over there out on this side, the other side of the screen, to be starting your genealogy. At least start the conversation if you don't start the actual genealogy, okay? Yeah, the White House is definitely on Indian land. And you know what else too? All of them old buildings up there, I think it's like Philly and Boston. Hell, some of them even downtown in New Orleans with that crazy architecture. Let me tell y'all something. Military bases, very sacred Indian land. Sundown towns, extremely sacred Indian lands. All of this is sacred Indian land, but they hide the real good stuff under a lot of protection. So you'll see, what do you call it? You'll see the military base will be over something that you don't have no business looking for, or you should be looking for, but they don't want you looking for. Or you'll have post offices and stuff like that, and not necessarily post office, but they put the government buildings on top of our stuff, and they put sundown towns on top of our stuff, places where they know we're not gonna go. But don't worry about it. Everything hidden shall be coming to the light. So Black America though, but for real, do y'all genealogy if y'all don't do nothing else. And also, I'm sorry, Black America, I need y'all to start grounding, man. The sun's starting to come out. I don't know where y'all at. I don't know how far away y'all is from the sun, but y'all got to start getting outside, man. You got to get outside in the sun. You got to put your feet to the soil. You got to do it. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life, and you're welcome. Okay, so make sure y'all do those things, and shout out to everybody in the building. It just dawned on me, my birthday next Friday. Y'all knew that? I've been working so hard, I forgot my birthday next Friday. So I decided I am gonna go home for my birthday weekend. I'm gonna stay here the day of my birthday, but I'm gonna probably fly in Saturday morning or something like that, because they got Super Sunday Sunday, and I don't want to miss it. You see what I'm saying? So I will be back home in New Orleans. I will be back home in New Orleans for the weekend, but it just dawned on me, my birthday Friday. I've been working. Do you hear me? I need y'all to understand. I've been working. I don't know what today is. I be forgetting the day until I come on here and be like, girl, what today is? You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, y'all, I just realized it was my birthday, and I walked past the mirror and I was like, oh, girl, you fine. Vu getting fine, yeah. Stop acting crazy. Hey. Vu fine. That's all I'm gonna say. I walked past the mirror and I said, yeah, there you go. I've been working. And when I say I've been working. Do you hear me? But anyway, we got a show today, y'all. Let's get into it. Y'all, we got a show. Terrence Howard exposes, this conversation went over a lot of people's heads, but Terrence Howard exposes Denzel Washington, basically trying to get him to play in the game of the system. And we're going to talk about why that is very, very important to know what that was and why it makes you should be looking at Denzel a little sideways. But then we'll get into that. 50 Cent responded to Tip with a diss track. We'll get into that. And T.I. had responded to 50 Cent by telling 50 Cent that he don't mind about the documentary. We'll talk about that. Also, B. Simone apologizes to the internet. Ray J passes out on stage. We're going to discover Black Filipinos, the real Filipinos, not the ones you know. And then we're going to talk about this Nigerian dude who upset that FBA is delineating. Then we're going to talk about ancestral stuff. And why did I wrote Cuban? Something in Cuban. We're going to do some more education, but it's going to be fun. So y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Happy birthday to all the Pisces. It's our time. You see what I'm saying? They say Denzel was a little zesty in the Gladiator movie. Well, you know, right before that movie, he had came out and told us that he kissed a boy. We didn't ask him for it. We didn't say nothing about it. He just came out and was like, well, you know, I did play a role where I was a punk. And we was like, what? Why did you tell us this? I told y'all that was a red flag for me. I'm just saying. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you for the super chat. Says, Boo, I'm sick of YouTube. I didn't get a notification when we get in the Acorn app. My card is ready. We need the unfiltered Boo. You know what's crazy though? I was thinking about that, and it's not a long-term goal, but more of a longer short-term goal. But yeah, that is definitely something on the list of things that I be over here pondering about. Because like I said, y'all get 75% of me. Y'all don't get 100. If I said the things I really be wanting to say, I know I'd be banned. But thank you so much, Trey, for the super chat. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Ooh, tomorrow. Or maybe this evening. No, tomorrow I'm going to get up. I got to go to Lowe's because I'm about to put my garden down. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be in knee deep in Searle tomorrow. I'm getting up early in the morning. I'm probably about 7 in the morning. I'm going to go to Lowe's as soon as they open. I'm going to get all my stuff from my garden. And, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'll go live tomorrow evening, but tomorrow as it stands, I'm going to be in my garden. Thank you so much, Kiana Shante, for the super chat. Says, hey, boo, new to the channel. Girl, you got me starting my genealogy. Yay! But don't know where to start. What's the best site to go to? Thanks for all you do. I'm glad you asked that question, and thank you so much for your super chat and for even starting your genealogy. Not thank you, because it don't do nothing for me, but it's going to be good for you. But let me just say this. A lot of people have asked me, some people have emailed me, and like I say, when I tell people to start their genealogy, the very first place y'all need to start is your family. It's the older people in the family. Not even old, but older people, the elders too, definitely. But you definitely want to talk to the people who know about the people who came before you. That's where you're going to get a lot of your original information. I'm talking about genealogy here. Thank you. The most of your original information is going to come through folklore or word of mouth. So, oh yeah, I remember grandmother Mary, who was married to Papa Joe. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Papa Joe, he was from this place. Oh, for real? Yeah, down there in Mississippi. But you know, his family, they really from Texas. You see what I'm saying? These are the conversations you want to start to have with either the elders. I recommend y'all talk to the elders. But the elders are the most knowledgeable person in your family. That's where you start. Because once you get that information, names, dates, and maybe locations, then you could dive into, I know for me, I have a cheat code. Some people have a cheat code like me, to where on my matriarch side, my mama side of the family, our whole family is in one big grave site in Mississippi. And the grave, y'all been there since the 1700s. You see what I'm saying? So I had a cheat code. I was able to go talk to my grandma, talk to her sisters and all of that, get names and dates, do a census paper, and then I was able to go to the graveyard and be like, okay, there go auntie so-and-so. Oh, okay, there go grandpa, boom, 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 boom. You see what I'm saying? So I had a cheat code. So I don't want to give you the way I did it, but what I would say is start with the census.gov. Census.gov. Findagrave.com. That's where you're going to find people who are buried. And also, when you go on findagrave.com, they'll tell you the related people who were related to them at the time of death. So for instance, I looked up a clear man who had came down and brought the church to my people. And basically, when I looked up his obituary on findagrave.com, I saw his wife, his children, and you could click on the hyperlink and it'll give you their death date. And so it's different ways. Census.gov, findagrave.com, National Archives. Please go to the National Archives. Go to your local libraries, courthouses. Find your old local newspapers, but you got to start with your family first. You got to know where you're looking to start looking. So I don't know. And what's the other one? Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com. A lot of people are finding living relatives on Ancestry.com because although I have an account, but I don't use it. But I'll just say this. Although Ancestry.com had the DNA testing, it is using a genealogy portion of it to where people are starting to find people that they related to. And it could definitely connect you to live people. Now, the dead people, I don't know. That's between you and them. But yeah, y'all please start there, man. Get that genealogy started. I promise you won't regret it. I promise you would not regret it. But let's get into the show, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. And shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all, I'm turning 43 years old. 43, bro. 43. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there. Thank you, T-Day, for the super chat. Always making it rain, boo.
I make it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes.
Thank you, T-Day. She says, sowing a seed. I know you will produce good fruit. Love you, Vu. Thank you, T-Day. Love you too. I appreciate it, man. You know what? It's crazy because I was thinking about it earlier today, and hopefully these words can help somebody out there. Keep planting. Keep planting. What do I mean when I say keep planting? Thank you, TD. Planting means start and be consistent. That's all I can say. Somebody need to hear it. Start, be consistent. That's all I got for you. Now let's get into the show, y'all. I was just literally looking around saying, wow, like I'm starting to see my fruit grow. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it'll help somebody else, but I'm telling you now, the feeling they get when you start seeing your fruit grow, when you know you worked hard and then you start to see, oh, it's working. It's a surreal feeling. It's a surreal feeling. I'm talking about just with the channel. I'm not even talking about nothing outside the channel. I'm talking about even having 576 people in here right now. Because I remember when we first started the Joce, used to be what, 100, 200 in here? You know what I'm saying? We averaging over 1,000 people every day, Monday through Friday. It's consistently. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just watching my fruit grow. And I planted the seeds and I kept feeding it. That's all I'm saying. Somebody out there need to hear, just plant your seed and keep feeding it. Keep feeding it. Keep feeding it. Keep feeding it. All right, now we're going to get into the show. Like the video, y'all, though, for real, so the people can know we around here jocing or whatever. Okay. Kenya said we're supposed to have 7 streams of income. I'm working on it, Kenya Moore. She said 7. I've heard that before, but it never really hit me until I heard her say it. I don't know why. But either way, she's right. You're supposed to have more than one stream of income. The pandemic taught me that. Because let me tell you something. When I was about to lose my job, when I was about to lose my career because I refused to get the vaccine, baby, when I tell you, I was scared to death. But then after I got scared, I was like, all right, get in the recovery mode, figure it out, what we about to do. And I was like, bet. I live so below my means, all I got is a house note. I could work at Waffle House and pay that. So I was like, bet, if I get fired off this job and lose my career and it be hard for me, baby, I've been waiting tables for 10 years. Gotta pivot. Always keep a pivot. Do you hear me? Always keep a pivot. I was like, bet. And I said Waffle House is a last ditch effort. Because trust and believe, any store I went in, I was gonna manage it. Yeah. I don't know. But let's get into some craziness. Not really craziness, y'all. Did y'all see FBA YoungBoy in Paris looking like a rock star? Look. Y'all know that's my little nephew, Kentrell. Look. Let me turn. I don't know if the music gonna get, but look at Kentrell. Y'all look at Kentrell. Look at y'all little cousin. I know some of y'all don't understand them, but that is still your nephew. Look at your little nephew, y'all. First of all, the outfit, I think is different. I like it. Second of all, what I saw was ancient. What I saw was these American Indians, these Indians, these Negroes, these Black Americans doing what they've done for thousands of years, being stars recognized all over the world. Do you know, Black America, that you're the only group of people that produce culture that feeds the world? From your food, to your music, to your language, to your hair, everything that you do feeds the world. We like big ass oak trees producing acorns. You see what I'm saying? And it's just acorns falling all over the place. And the craziest part about it is because we so used to being in the slave mindset, or not even a slave mindset, but some of us are, because we're so used to being in a subservient minority mindset, we don't realize what we're looking at. When I saw this little boy going all the way around the world, and all them people going crazy behind him with them pictures and all that stuff. I saw beyond the rapper. I saw way past that. I say, this right here is ancient culture. This is who we were. When y'all hear all them Bible stories about them kings and all that stuff, who was doing all of that, they were American Indians, black people, Negroes, black Americans. I'm not saying that people didn't come from other places and were stars, but the brightest of the stars always came from us. Okay? Now, like I say, rather you understand the music or not, I don't necessarily, but I understand his influence on the world. And rather you agree with it or not, the boy is, yay. Shout out to Kentrell. He got the people going crazy in different languages. They don't even be knowing English and be knowing American songs. Ain't that crazy? No other group of people have that impact on the world. Nobody. No other group of people. Yes, they can create artists to have that impact. And notice I said create. But no other group of people have the influence on the world like Black America. That why you think they coming over here? Why you think they want you to continue to believe you are African? Why you think you get it? This is why they need you to continue to be asleep. Because as long as you sleep, they could just pick off you. You ain't gonna know because you knocked out. You ain't gonna know. So as long as you don't know, they can just be behind you. Ooh, let me get that. Ooh, let me get that. Ooh, 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 ooh. You don't even realize it because you're knocked out cold. They let me tell you something, Black America, their biggest fear is you waking up. That is the biggest fear. Now, what you do after you wake up, that's up to you. But I'm telling you, the biggest fear that the powers that be have is you waking up. So please wake up. All right, so we're going to move on. Y'all get the likes up. Did y'all see? Because remember, it's spiritual warfare. We're being attacked on all fronts. This lady was in the store and she saw this. Her baby bought her a toy and was like, oh my, I want this toy. She looked at the toy. Now, this is a toy at Burlington. And I guess it's one of these little cartoon people. But watch the toy. Did y'all see this?
Tell me how I'm in Burlington, right? And my son comes to me with a toy.
What's that for?
Look at the toy.
Billy.
Now you think it's all cute or whatever until you see this. Look at that. Why? Look. Why in the hell would a boy want a toy with a boy shaking his butt? This is ridiculous. It's not funny. This is ridiculous. This is what's wrong with the world, y'all. This is what's wrong with the world. Horrible. Ridiculous. Yeah, so tell me how I'm in.
So this lady showed this toy. Somebody said that's what he do in the cartoon. Y'all, this is what I'm trying to get y'all to see. That's spiritual warfare. That's an attack on kids. Because boys don't twerk. Or in 2026, that's a whole nother story. But boys don't twerk. For them to make the character do that or even put out a toy like that, this is where parenting comes in. This is where parenting comes in. This is where you come in and say, oh, hell no, and you make the corrections. But this is another attack on the youth, on the kids. They get demographics on who's watching what, so they know exactly who they're doing what to. You got to know it. Be mindful of that, man, because what it does to a child's psyche, what y'all don't understand is what this does to a child's psyche is it makes a boy lean more into his feminism when he should not. Not saying that boys shouldn't have any feminine traits, but what he looks at to be what would normally be what a girl's trait is now gonna become his. You see what I'm saying? And again, I'm not telling you what to do with your kids, but that ultimately affects so much later on down the line. This is why back in the day, boys was over here, the girls was over there. You see what I'm saying? The boys, when we went to recess, the boys played flag football. The girls went played jump rope. Yeah, we had some boys that played jump rope, and y'all know they was loose wristed down. You see what I'm saying? But for the most part, they always kept the activity separate because it preserved feminism and masculinism. Is that the word? Is that a word? But you know what I mean. So when you start to blur these lines, especially with children, you confuse them and you don't know what that confusion can lead to. Depression, all type of identity issues, sexuality issues, all types of stuff. So again, I'm not trying to tell nobody how to live their life and how to raise their children. I'm just saying be mindful of the things that they putting out here. You thinking it's just innocent and it's really not. It's really about to shape your child's way of thinking. You know what else it made me think of? I remember that video when Saucy Santana was running through a thing, and these little boys, they had to be middle school. They were saying, "Ooh, he fine. Ooh, he fine." And they was running behind Saucy. Now, mind you, Saucy Santana is the boy with the beard, but with the BBL. It was nothing but 13, 12, 6, 7, 8 graders running behind Saucy talking about he fine. That was scary. When things like this is accepted at 3, 4, and 5, things like that is normal at 12, 13, and 14. Does that make sense? I'm just saying. Let's move on. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all do what y'all please with y'all churn. I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do with y'all kids. Don't come over here cursing me out. Voodoo, shut your ugly ass up, bitch. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Just trying to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be somebody. Now, let's move on. I want to get to, hold on. Girl, Mama Tina with this nasty ass gumbo. Did y'all see? Oh, it's this way. You know, I'm hoping that when I show y'all this video, because I remember debates like this happened during the pandemic and people couldn't see it. And I could, loud as day. It used to drive me crazy. But there's a video of this man talking to this black woman, I guess through some sort of deposition. And he's asking her about the ability for women to procreate versus men. Now, as we know, in this kind of psychotic, medical, scientific thing they got going on, they never really answer questions. What they do is try to, when you ask valid questions to these people, they'll flip it like, oh, you're homophobic, or oh, you're transphobic, or oh, you're just a horrible person, stuff like that, to try to deter you from getting to your point. Now, during the pandemic, this was so loud and obvious to me, but I felt like I was in a twilight zone because everybody around me, it felt like nobody around me could see it. I'm like, how do y'all not see that these people are basically feeding propaganda to y'all? They basically gaslighting you into accepting their agenda. Mind you, these agendas affect children. Grown folks, I could care less. The only reason I ever jumped into this conversation on this channel was because they started dealing with kids. That's when I jumped in. But I want y'all to hear this conversation or this back and forth and listen to the black lady respond. First of all, the first thing I noticed was she's definitely heavily on script. She knows what to say and how to respond in certain situations. She's very well trained. And then secondly, I said, this is what people are repeating on the internet, not realizing that they're falling for the witchcraft. Let's get into it. Yeah, I hope people can see it differently now than they did then, because I know a lot of people had blinders on back then. Let's get into it.
You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
Because of
for
my
us-
line of questioning? So
Because-
we can't talk about it?
because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm
is
denying that trans
dangerous.
people exist by
Are
asking
you?
you if you're
Are
talking
you?
about women
Are you?
having pregnancies.
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can
So
get
you are
pregnant.
denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence. Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you, or are they
Absolutely.
also treated like this, where
No,
they're
they're
told
allowed
that
to
they're
question.
opening up people to
Oh,
violence?
We have a good
by
time in my
questioning.
class. You should join.
Oh, I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I
just in this
know.
exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
But you've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Did y'all catch how crazy this entire conversation was? Did y'all catch that? He asked about women and the capacity to get pregnant, and she flipped it to, you're denying that trans people don't exist. And I hate the red herring of, oh, well, there are some non-binary people, they're women. Trans men, they women. I don't give a damn what they became. I'm telling you what they is. They still women. I don't care if you change the name of the group, if you put a new wig on the group. I don't care if you change the clothes on the group. They still women. I remember during the pandemic, these conversations would happen just like this. And unfortunately, a lot of people were blinded. They couldn't see that this was happening the way that it was. A lot of people drank the Kool-Aid, and a lot of people were afraid to say what they really thought. So they just went with the move. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of people drank the Kool-Aid, that trans Kool-Aid, which I told y'all is really not about trans people. It's about transhumanism. I told y'all that. So while the trans women over here windmilling with their head down, it ain't even going to help you. It's an agenda. This is what they did. But you know what? They made sure we were in a crisis when they put a lot of this witchcraft on us because we were vulnerable. We were hella vulnerable. We're waking up now. Keep grounding, keep praying, keep meditating. Because that lady, when I tell you she blew me. Because my thing is, girl, you not even talking at this point. You just, I don't know what she was doing. Like you just trying to find a way to insert the trans people to be victims. And this had nothing to do with trans people being victims. It's crazy. But I want to show y'all, let's get into this B. Simone bit. B. Simone came on the internet and apologized, y'all. Why? I don't know. Oh, I know why she apologized. So B. Simone, you know, she said she came on here and told us that she was broke and poor. Remember that? Well, when she told us she was broke and poor, it happened because she kept getting canceled. She was allegedly stealing people's ideas with their brands. She was stealing people books and calendars and all that. Allegedly, I don't know. She was doing a whole lot of stuff. And people started realizing, girl, you're not even funny. You know what I'm saying? And you bad built. And you run behind niggas. So we didn't like her no more. So she started not, doing so well. And at first she was trying to, I guess, save face. But I think it's time that she come out. I think time has happened or has passed and shit's getting real. So now my girl came out here to tell y'all she's sorry. She wants y'all to let her back in. She said she's sorry if she offended anybody. Let's get into B. Simone.
Hurt with my words, maybe on the mic, or maybe my opinions, or maybe me saying something out of like a response or flesh instead of truly letting it marinate in the Holy Spirit and let him speak through me. When I started this platform, I was in a really dark space. A part of me starting LTTA was to prove that I could stand on my own, or prove that y'all aren't going to keep me down, or prove that I'm going to have a podcast. It's going to be successful. It's going to be the #1 podcast in the world. I'm B. Simone. Y'all ain't going to keep me down for long. And I can't say at the beginning of this, my relationship was as strong with God as it is now. So at the beginning of this, yes, I made a lot of mistakes. Yes, there was a lot of bleeding on the internet. Yes, I was so broken when I started LTTA. And I'm just so grateful that I can publicly say this. I can publicly take accountability. I'm glad God is shifting my heart. I'm so different and God is working on me. And he just chose me to be worked on publicly. So y'all are going to constantly see me fall. Y'all are going to constantly see me sway and bend and break. But y'all are going to constantly see me get up.
Let's try this again.
I want to apologize. I want to publicly apologize to the internet, to God, to anybody that I offended, anybody that I've hurt with my words, maybe on the mic, or maybe my opinions, or maybe me saying something out of like a response or flesh instead of truly letting it marinate in the Holy Spirit and let him speak.
All right. So B. Simone apologized. Now, first of all, I'm here for people restoring themselves and trying to fix themselves. So I'm not going to drag her for that. But I think what happened was God had to knock B. Simone down a peg. B. Simone came out during the pandemic when a lot of people started popping, and she got big real fast. Her head got big. B. Simone started feeling like she was bigger than the program, like she actually was talented. That was the problem. She acted like she had the talent to back up the attitude that she had, and she didn't. She had a mouth like the gift she had was gonna make you take it. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people so talented, you get cussed out, you be like, you know what, F you B, but you'll come back tomorrow. Like for instance, Kaya, one of them people, if you get cussed out by Kaya, you gonna be like, F that B, da 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 da, but you coming back. You see what I'm saying? Depending on if you was already there. She don't have the talent to back up the attitude that she has. Like there's nothing that make us want to forgive you. I think you got too big for your britches and God had to knock you down a peg. I ain't saying she ain't gonna never get back up, but she ain't gonna get back up like she did the last time, stealing allegedly. Because there was so many people that was coming out talking about she stole their ideas. It was on faulty principle that you even had the career, girl. And you're not a likable person. I'm going to be honest. She's not. She's pretending. B. Simone doesn't know who B. Simone is. She pretending. She's been on the internet playing and cosplaying and pretending this whole time. She probably been doing this her whole life, to be for real. Like she doesn't know who she is, so she's like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. She just morphing to any and everything she see, and that's why she can't make it. Don't be like B. Simone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Do not be a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. That's a quick, sure way for you to not have a long career. Be yourself. Be original. You know what I mean? But she probably crossed somebody. Who knows? I don't know. But did y'all see, it's a lot of demonic stuff going on and highly weird. Oprah came out looking like she damn near was dead. Did y'all see this whole? Get Oprah on here. Her and her old lady, her and her scissor buddy was outside in these streets. And Oprah looked like a dead man walking. Hold on, let me get her on here. Look at Oprah, girl. That ain't even Oprah head. That ain't even Oprah head. That ain't even Oprah head. And she ain't have no eyes. Do the Ozempic give you the big head like that? Who y'all know on Ozempic? Do the Ozempic give you the big head like that? Girl, Oprah looked this so bad. I don't think that's her, y'all. I don't think that's her. 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 I swear to God, I don't think that's her, y'all. I don't know. Something in the milk here ain't clean. Her and Al Sharpton got the same head. Lord, and we seen him. Lord have mercy. They say, you know what it reminded me of, though? That video when Monique was telling the story about she was at a show and she said there was this man sitting in front of her show and she kept trying to tell him to take his glasses off. And she said when he moved his glasses, she said it was just pitch black right there. That's what she said. She said she didn't know what it was, but she didn't stop to investigate. Then I saw Oprah long head ass on here looking like this. And I see, oh, now don't get me wrong. I was smoking my reefer last night when I had came up with this. But the videos came back to back. The weed don't control the algorithm now. You see what I'm saying? So don't come on here hollering, but video, it was probably the weed. You don't know, girl, the weed don't control the algorithm. The weed ain't never did nothing to the algorithm. So I saw Monique talk about the people with the black eyes, and then right after that, Oprah came walking up here with no eyes. Now, I don't know what's going on, but something in this here milk ain't clean. I'm telling y'all now, y'all can get on here and say I'm tripping. I'll take it. But something in the milk with this one here ain't clean. And where's Gail? Never mind. Don't get her on here. Please don't speak her up. We don't want Gail on here neither. Lord, get Oprah off here. Matter of fact, Gail might pop up. The last person we want on here is Gail. We just hope we was over here hoping she got lost in space, but she came back. Poor thing. I sure wish she would have got lost in space, but somehow, some way, the Lord made sure she made it back home. You know God was wrong for that. Girl, I wanted Gail to get lost that seat. No, not seat in the space so bad. I just wanted nothing more than Gail to be lost. Come on, Gail, get lost. She ain't want to get lost though. Now, I want to move on. Hold on. Did you guys see Ray J? They say he passed out or something, huh? Hold on, girl. They say Ray J done passed out on the stage or something? I said, what? Now, I didn't watch the whole video through because, you know, my patience and tolerance for Ray J is very, very low. You know what I'm saying? But I did see on something somewhere, they say Ray J had done passed out or something. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. And maybe I should have watched the whole video because with Ray J, you never know, you know? But let's give Ray J the benefit of, if that's what you want to call it, the benefit of the doubt. I think it was on here. If not, here you go. Here you go. Lord have mercy, y'all. Let's get Willie Ray on here. Now, let me just say this. Y'all know Sonya just came out and told us the nigga was damn near dead. You remember Sonya came and told us that? I don't know what's going on, but he can't be having 10% of a heart singing One Wish on stage. Now, somebody need to help me out. Sonya came on here and told us that nigga was damn near on a pacemaker. But every time we turn around, Ray J doing backflips and doing concerts. Something ain't adding up here. That's why I said when Sonya came on here with all of that, I didn't want to hear from Sonya because Sonya want us to entertain Willie Ray the way she entertains Willie Ray. And we wasn't trying to do all of that. So you had Sonya on here saying Willie Ray had 5% of his heart. Willie Ray done came back and told us he had 2%. Now he on stage singing One Wish. Girl. I swear, I don't take nothing Ray J say serious. You know why? This face right here. I don't take nothing this nigga say serious. That nigga gotta die and get buried for me to believe it. I don't take nothing he say serious. Ray J, I'm telling you, he like the nigga around the corner that play all day. Like even when niggas not playing, he's still playing. That's Ray J. I know what I'm feeling. I know what I'm looking at. That's why I even hate bringing him up. But let's get into Ray J and his 2% of his heart. One wishing it up. I swear I hate Ray J. On me, I hate him. Look. I knew I should have watched this whole video. I knew it. I knew when the headline said Ray J passed out. I should. But you know what? People was like, "Voo, you should give Ray a chance." No, I shouldn't. You see why I'm just saying? And Sonya just came on here and lied to our face. But y'all pray for my son. I was with him in the hospital. He was almost dead. I had to give him CPR, girl. You should have been there. Keep Willie Ray in your prayers. No, Miss Sonya, bitch. No. Matter of fact, you come up here one more time and we're going to bring Brandy Ortiz up and say and find out them people she killed. Get her off me. I'm just upset. I should have watched the whole video. I should have. Because if I would have, he would have never made the docket on my mama. If I would have watched that whole video, Ray would have never. And I knew when I looked at it. Because most of the time, I don't watch these videos before I come on here. I tell y'all all the time, when I be on here doing these shows, I sometimes watch maybe 10 seconds first. And if it tells me in the first 10 seconds that my soul say share it, put it on a Joce, that's how I go. We be watching this stuff together most of the time. And I knew when I came across Willie Ray and it said Ray J passed out, something said, no, Vu, stick around. But I said, I ain't got time. Let me just share it, And there you go. This is why they say always follow your first mind. Because my first mind said, check it out. You see what I'm saying? Always follow your first mind. If you don't do nothing else. Y'all get the likes up on the video. You know, Reggie only have that song. That song 20 years old. That's all he got. He ain't got nothing else now. Brandy gave him one song. You know, he wanted to be like his sister so much. He could never do. He could never be like his sister. So they gave him a song. He catfished us like Candy did on You're My Little Secret. Okay. Meek Mills, thank you for the super chat. Says happy birthday, Boo. Shout out to the March babies. Mine's March 23rd. Shout out. You know who else birthday I heard coming up? Oh, who that was? And I said, sound about right. We got a lot of people in March. A lot of the people in Hollywood are March babies. You know, they say a lot of the serial killers back in the 70s, they was Pisces too. I told y'all that before. Thank you for the super chat. How do you say this? I can't even see, Lord. Oh, Cosmic Neuromelanated Star Soul. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says my mom and daddy aside from Arkansas, Mississippi, Chicago, Atlanta, Texas, Missouri, Florida, St. Lucia, New Orleans, Boston, Washington, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Somebody been doing genealogy. You get it? Yay. You see what I'm saying? Somebody been on their genealogy, and I love to hear it. I love to see it. Y'all do your genealogy. Thank you, Neuro. I appreciate you, Cosmic Boo. And thank you again for the super chat. Says NBA YoungBoy is giving Jimi Hendrix. I love it. And that's what I was getting when I saw it. He was giving Rockstar, but like a real life, let's be clear. The Clears who were rock stars in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, they were carbon copies made. But the real rock stars were black. You know what I mean? It wasn't until they started giving our likeness and image and stuff to the Clears with, what's that boy name, that clear one who was a PDF file? Elvis Presley and them. She is true. Thank you for the super chat. Says Voodoo, my baby said his birthday tomorrow. Can you wish him happy 7th birthday? Pisces season. We love you down, Boo. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Boo. Happy 7th birthday, nephew, niece. You ain't say what it was, a niece or nephew. But happy birthday. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy your week and your month. And make sure you get whatever you want. Make sure. And if they give you some lip, tell them you call me and I'm going to call them. You get it? Happy birthday, Boo. Y'all come on in, though. Let's get into the rest of the show. They say Elvis' son rapping. He got a son. Elvis died in the 90s, right? The 90s. That nigga ought to be 100 years old. And he wasn't nothing but a carbon copy of Little Richard and them, and all those FBA people, them Black Americans. He wasn't nothing but a damn carbon copy. They just went and studied them people. They studied us so they can get our blueprint and give it to the Clears. That's all they did. Now I want to move on. Let's get into this 50 Cent and T.I. I'm kind of over the 50 Cent and T.I., but let's go with it, I guess. So did y'all know that 50 Cent decided to recently respond to the T.I. beef with a diss track? Now his diss track happens to be a theme song for one of his Power movies or series or whatever. And I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I love 50's I love 50 Cent's his theme music for his shows. They kind of give a nostalgic feel to them. I don't know. But anyways, so these brothers are still beefing. T.I. and the family had already was winning. Him and his sons have been coming back. Oh, I didn't even share it. T.I. and his sons have been going against 50 Cent in a war online and in the studio where 50 Cent decided he would not partake into the beef because he said he don't rap no more. But either way, T.I. said he wanted all the smoke. 50 said no and started trying to troll him online, basically bringing Tiny into the situation, who was T.I.'s wife, and now the whole family was beefing with 50. They was putting out diss track after diss track on the internet every day, all day, and then 50 wasn't responding. Well, I guess 50 got tired of being antagonized because now he's responding with a diss track. Now, I told y'all yesterday he threatened to expose T.I. with a new documentary. He said he was going to do a how did he say, a Diddy style documentary on Tippy Tip and his wife, or whatever the case may be. But then Tip had came back and was like running. Tip was like, he ain't scared of nothing. He also said that he don't mind doing a diss track back too. I mean, a documentary back too. So it seems like Tip, like, this is what I'm thinking. Behind the scenes, y'all, it's given to me that they both got dirt on each other. But I told y'all the industry is dirty. And we're going to get into that when we talk about Terrence Howard and Denzel. When I told y'all that a lot of people was upset with 50 about the documentary, I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. It wasn't the fact that Diddy was dirty or not. It was the fact that they are all in the same club. Everybody in this club got dirt on them. So to look for one person inside the club to all of a sudden want to turn quote unquote righteous and start snitching. If I'm inside the club with everybody else, I want your head too. Cause nigga, how you gonna rat on me when nigga you done did stuff too? So it sounds to me like 50 Cent, T.I. must have some tea on 50. So when 50 was like, I'll go ahead and put this doc out, Tip was like, roll it, run it. I don't care. Okay, now let me see. Is this the yeah, here you go. This is when Tip responded. He responded with a song. I don't know if I could play it. Let me see. I can't play it, and it sounds like it has an intro on it. But T.I. says, drop whatever you choose. Just please keep showing the world you a hoe. It's hashtag on Clay, and you still ain't tell us why you in 4K DICK pulling with a smile of a sissy. Pandora's box is ajar, sir. Good luck. And then he put the middle finger up and said, F nigga, you suck. This is what Tip said in response to 50 threatening him with a documentary. So Tip said he wanted all the smoke, and I'm pretty sure behind the scenes he's putting up all kinds of dirt on 50. Basically, he's going to try to say that 50 ain't the only one that could play in this reindeer game. That's what I'm getting from it. Well, fast forward, like I told y'all, 50 responded with he finally responded, and when he did, he responded with a song. Now the song is a theme song for one of his Powerverse shows, and I told y'all I like them songs. Like I love the one where he be saying, well, I love obviously the Power one, but what's the one? Oh, it's the one. Raising Canaan one. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby. I know heartbreak and setbacks. And you know I'ma get back. Been through the ups and downs. You know I get around. So to me, it's all a part of the game. I ain't gonna lie. That one right there, that one fire. I love his intros. His intros be fire for them shows. I ain't gonna lie. So he made a new one like that. And in the intro, he disses T.I. and basically says that your daddy made your mama eat everybody up in the neighborhood or something like that. That's BMF? Oh, girl. You sure? Nah, that ain't BMF. BMF got a new one. I mean, BMF got another one. That's Raising Canaan. Mm-hmm. I know. That I ain't gonna lie. That intro is cold. That intro, the first time I heard that, I was like, oh, yeah. I wouldn't put that on the big screen. I mean, on the surround sound. But anyways, so like I said, they beefing back and forth. 50 dropped the track. Let me see if I have it on here, what he said. Give me 1 second. Because this is a timeline. Okay, yeah. So here's the song. And it says, 50 Cent drop, No One Told Us What We're Here for featuring Leon Thomas. This song will be the theme song for the upcoming series Power Origins. And then it says 50 Cent says 50 Cent featuring Leon Thomas. No One Told Us What We're Here for Power Origins theme song. And it's obviously Green Light Gang. But he had posted something in the what you call them? Let me pull it up on his page. I'll just pull it from his page all together. That way we can get his actual response. And he wrote something in the comments. Basically, like, oh, you thought you was about to win, and you wasn't. Here you go. So this is what 50 posted 2 hours ago. It says, this is the quote from the song. I'm back on my dope boy grandma. Oh, crap. Go back. Sorry. I'm back on my dope boy grandma. Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta. Freak, peep, keep on the low, but everybody know. So his diss back to T.I. is that bar inside of the entire in the entire power song. The song sounds good. I will say that, but he don't miss when it comes to them theme songs for that power verse. I ain't gonna lie. He don't miss. I don't understand the picture with it. I don't quite get it. And I don't understand why he said your mama made your daddy eat. Oh, he talking to King. Is that pizza they eating? No way. Oh, what that is they eating? Graham crackers? What they eating? Something in the milk ain't clean. I ain't look at it like this. What they eating, y'all? Oh, let me go through the comments. Somebody gonna decode it. It sounds like cardboard pieces of boxes. Ooh, I'm back on my doughboy grandma. Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta. And you know what's crazy? I saw a response from King, and King was talking about, you know, freak this and freak that. And I was saying, I ain't gonna lie, King, you might want to leave that one alone. King, when they say freak, nasty, sex, any of that, just because your mom and daddy was a menace to Atlanta society. Do you hear me? I'm just saying, I'm being real. If I know my mom and daddy was outside like that, that's the part I fall back on. That's the part right there. I'll be like, all right, you got it. You got it. You right. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't want no more tea coming out about my mom. Yes, he did allegedly stick his size 6.5 in somebody's coochie. Allegedly. That's what they said. Like I said, I don't understand the cardboard and them eating it. I thought it was like pizza slices. Or is it shaped like pizza slices, y'all? I don't know. I might be reading too far into it. This is getting nasty. This is getting very nasty. It says, some fans think this specific line in the song is aimed at the Harris family. Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta. Nigga snuck that in a theme song. And then they put laughing emojis. Then somebody said 50 Cent sent shots at T.I. on the new Power spinoff theme. And they laugh emojis on that. Everybody's just laughing at the everybody's laughing at what he said. Tip says, yeah, we just read that. P.S. Me and mine till the end of time. It's a trauma bond. So T.I. posted his family, and then 50 had posted him and Tiny at the table eating cardboard boxes. I don't know. I gotta figure out the reference. Somebody, I gotta fall on the she eating box. That's all. Ooh, that could have been. Get back over here to the picture. That could have been just that. Ah, it really is that simple. Your daddy had your mama eat every box in Atlanta. Oh, cardboard boxes. Look at me, slow as a turtle. Do you hear me? I was slow as a turtle, but I caught up though. That's all right. I done made it to the destination. I am slow as that. Girl, listen. Yay. My bad. Thank you, Natasha, girl. I ain't know what was going on. I was of confusion. Slow as a turtle, girl. Slow as a turtle. I done made it though. I made it to the destination. That's all. I'm a little late, a little bruised, but I'm late. I don't know. It just never put the two and two together. I don't know. But anyways, the beef is getting bad, y'all. Keep y'all eyes on the prize. Let's move on. Let's move on. Get the likes up on the video. You know, hey, it happens to the best of us. Everybody ain't always quick on their feet. I was slow as a turtle. Yes, I was. Slow down to the ground. Y'all was up there. I was way back here. Look, y'all was way up there. I was way back here. But I caught up though. I sped up and I caught up. Somebody came back and got me, but I'm still here. I'm still here. Let's move on. So we got to get into this Terrence Howard. OMG. So did y'all see Terrence Howard did an interview and he spoke about Denzel? But let me tell you what he really spoke about. People see this interview with Terrence Howard and they hear Denzel and their ears start and stop, right? But what people don't realize is when he was talking about this interview, well, what he was talking about in this interview was a system and how people and how people will allow certain things to go on in the system. How basically the system only works because of the people in it. So Terrence Howard does this interview and he's talking to this clear man and he's talking about how he's lost roles in Hollywood. He's talked about how he's been blacklisted, this, that, and the third. Well, in the midst of this conversation, he tells the man that Denzel came and had a conversation with him and was like, hey, the reason why you can't get no roles and you getting blacklisted is because you're always so tight-fisted. You always got your guards up. He said these producers just want to put money in your pocket, but they won't do it because you won't open your hands. Now, the problem in this situation, well, in a normal situation, that wouldn't be a bad thing. But in this situation, he was talking about how these producers wanted him to take compromising roles, gay roles, bisexual roles, TS roles that he felt like was past his line. Like, I don't want to do that. But yet Denzel telling him using these euphemisms and analogies and stuff, talking about your hands closed tight like a fist and all of that. I'm sitting here saying, because people in the comments was like, see, Denzel's a real one. And I'm saying, no, he's not. What Denzel was telling Terrence Howard was, bend over. Let's get into it. I hope y'all can catch it the way I caught it, because I definitely caught it. And this is something I watched to the end because I wanted to see where this was going. Get the lights up. It says, during a recent interview, Terrence Howard got candid about his Hollywood journey, admitting that his aggressive attitude may have cost him several major opportunities. Howard recalled telling producer Joel Silver he would knock his teeth out over the way he spoke to him, a moment he believes played a role in him losing a chance to appear in Iron Man. Howard has also shared that legendary actor Denzel Washington once gave him advice about managing his attitude in the industry. Additionally, he claims he has been blacklisted in Hollywood after filing lawsuits against the Walt Disney Company and Fox Entertainment. Let me tell you something. I don't care who it is. When you in a system and somebody comes and tell you how to conduct yourself in that system, they are a part of a system of grooming. I don't care if it's at your job. If you are a part of a system that requires it to move in a certain way, and someone comes along to try to help you to adjust to said system, they are participating in grooming. This is a way to groom you to be good with what? The system. Now, I want to let y'all hear the interview and let's see what y'all think about this.
Meeting with Denzel once, and he told me, he was like, look at your hands, man. You're always like this. Your fists are all balled up. He said, and all these producers want to do is they're trying to open your hand and so they can put money in it. But you won't do it. You keep your hands all tight like this, and you're blowing it. And this is 20 years ago.
Holy moly.
This
What
is
kind of
20 years ago.
advice? So 20 years ago, were you 20 years ago would be what? 2006 or 20 years ago?
It was right before, it was maybe about 20. It was right before I did Hustle and Flow. It was right before, because I ended up going back into the Chitlin circuit. I was no longer being supported by the studios again. You know, because I was so aggressive.
Happened? How many times?
At least 8 times. I've had a number of opportunities, and, you know, but my aggression, you know, my need to be a man, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, you know, instead of learning how to diffuse.
Are you still getting the knock of bigger projects coming your way?
Oh no, after I sued Fox and Disney, you go into the blacklist.
Permanent.
Until there's a new change of everybody inside of there. So you're no longer on their main list of calling because you've broken the cardinal rule, which is you never talk. You know, even if you're being screwed over, you never talk. You know, you're supposed to keep that quiet and keep working as a good slave. And I didn't do that. I fought about, you know, some injustices that I felt was happening with me. I had a meeting with Denzel once, and he told me, he was like, look at your hands, man. You're always like this.
Let me tell you why this is important. The system of these clear producers, I'm going to tell you what it was. That producer dude probably wanted to handle him like a little boy, like they do the rest of your favorite niggas in Hollywood. See, they get to look like gods in front of you. But when they go behind the scenes in front of people who really run that shit, they the bottom of the barrel. I've been telling y'all that. And in order to keep the facade going, there's a system in place. And that system requires that them clears that's running that crap get to do you how they want to do you, talk to you how they want to talk to you, choose you, not choose you. They get to do with you however you please. And when you start looking at the ones who make it far, I'm not saying that everybody who made it far are compromised, but I'm going to say damn near all of them. Because how? If I know what stopped me from getting to the top, how you got up there? And y'all could take this at your real job, at your regular life. For real. If I knew how I got blackballed, then my question would be, well, how you get up there? What you did? Did they see that you was just so much more special than me? That they didn't come at you the way they came at me? I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. Now, do I think that these people get into a place in their career where they don't have to do certain things? Yeah, but I'm talking about coming up, jumping off the porch. It's almost like people get in these systems, get screwed, and instead of them saying to themselves, you know what, I went through the most horrible time, I'm going to make sure this don't happen to nobody else. The people adopt the way they've been screwed and then be worse on the other people after them. There's no reason why Denzel should have came to Terrence Howard telling him about his fist being closed. They supposed to be closed when people are compromising my integrity. It only sounds foreign to people who don't know the word. I keep telling y'all, align, convictions. These are things that we don't have in 2026. Most people don't have a line that they draw in the sand where they say, okay, I can go here, but this is as far as I'm going to go. Most people don't have convictions for when they do horrible things to themselves or other people that they be like, oh crap, that was messy. People don't even feel bad no more for stuff. Terrence Howard has a line. He also has convictions. And because he has convictions, he really don't like teeter-tottering around the line. And a Denzel coming to him telling him, oh yeah, just play the game. Open your fist so they can put money in your hand. The old folks said all good money ain't good money. All money ain't good money, I'm sorry. So opening his hand would have probably had him opening his bussy too. And I kept telling y'all, whenever y'all come to the realization that your fave ain't who you thought they was, y'all gonna feel better in life. I didn't too particularly like Denzel doing that. And I know this too, because a lot of people get lost in this sauce. People will get on here and be like, oh, well, but Denzel has helped this person, he's helped that person. That's a perfect narcissist. A great narcissist helps so much so that when the evil things are done, they don't ever have to take accountability for it. A perfect narcissist knows that. That's why they make sure they do great and wonderful things for people. So when the bad things come out, they'll have a line of defense. And that line of defense is going to come from all of them people who saw them do the wonderful things. Granted, they saw them do the horrible things too. But what they do is make sure they put up a good rapport, and you guys will be their line of defense. Denzel ain't who you think he is. And I already knew it. But when he came out recently talking about he had kissed a boy. Let me go find it. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, honey. Oh, yes. He said it, and it was random, and nobody asked him. I said, he really confirmed what I was already thinking. Denzel Washington. Hold on. What was the movie? Let me see. What was that movie he was on? Was it Gladiator? Yeah, here you go. Look at that. Yeah, let's roll it out. And I'm telling y'all, these celebrities ain't who you think they is.
Seeing a kiss that was omitted from the movie. Why do you think they did that?
It wasn't even a big deal, really. I mean, I that's about what it was.
Ridley said he never saw the kiss. He said it didn't happen.
It's much ado about nothing. Right. It really is much ado about nothing. You know, they're making more of it than it was. I kissed him on his hands. I gave him a peck, and I killed him.
I have to tell you, us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man.
Well, I don't have the part yet. You gonna write it? All right.
Headline about a certain scene, a kiss that was omitted from the movie. Why?
Now, this is the Denzel who used to say he won't kiss other women unless they black. Now he's talking about an omitted scene in a movie. Mind you, the scene he was talking about was omitted. We would have never seen it. Denzel did an interview coming out saying that he kissed a man. Random. And we was just like, what the hell? Huh? Random. But that was confirmation. I said, Denzel, one of them. But I had already felt it. But when he came out and did that, and then I also said he must be trying to get in front of something. So now he goes through all of this media about this omitted scene that we would have never saw about him kissing a man. And let me just say this. I don't like that last part of, oh, I'll do it. Is you going to write the script? You heard when a man say, would you do a role like that? Sound like he said he'll do it if he write the script. Look.
Denzel kissing another man.
Well, I don't have the part yet. You gonna write it? All right.
Headline about a certain scene.
Tell you, us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man.
Well,
us gay boys.
I don't have.
Us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man.
Us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man. I have to tell you, us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man.
Well, I don't have the part yet. You gonna write it? All right.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt y'all feelings. Let's move on. I kept telling y'all be falling in love with these people representative. That ain't them people. You know him from the movies. You don't know him. Right. Wife just smiling. The fuck? Us gay boys want to see Denzel kiss another man. You gonna write it? Ooh. Oh, honey, let's go find you a husband. I want to grab his wife and say, oh, come on, honey, let's go find you a husband. You didn't have to deal with this nigga through drugs, cheating, and men. Oh, honey, let's go get you a new husband. Come on, let's go find you one. These women be putting up with a lot. Do you hear me? Because he also came out and said he was doing crack for 20 years. Oh, yeah. He came out and said he was on crack for 20 years on all them movies. Yes, he did. So, let's move on. Now, we got to get into a little fun education. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. And thank you. I want to show you guys this video, a couple of clips, couple of thought-provoking clips that I feel like could help y'all on y'all day. That'll be good. Before we get into some of these topics that I got. Because y'all know every day is about genealogy, Black America, our lineage, our ancestry, and our genealogy. Genealogy is the new word. Genealogy is the key. Genealogy. Black Americans, the only way to be us is to do that genealogy, babe. Black Americans versus everybody. Make sure y'all hit that link pinned to the top of the chat if you would like to support the doll and get you some merch. Babe is the new wave. Stop acting crazy. Now let me show y'all this this clip really quickly. I got a couple of them I want to show y'all.
The land that is owed to the Black Americans is held in public trust. Until they go and claim their land patents, they'll continue to pay taxes and get evicted and work for us. The fake ones that came down after the wars will continue to be able to claim their heritage.
We passed the bills. When I was in office, we incarcerated a lot of Black people after pumping drugs into their communities. See, what we do is induce bonds off the incarceration and sell the securities on the secondary market. They never balance the books, so we lock them up and keep the money. Well, we'll never handle the Mexican drug cartels because they work for us. See, we cut a deal with them to keep the drugs in the Black communities just so they can sell the drugs. We monitor and lock them up. This is why they call the drug game the trap. It's a trap for them to go to prison. We took their land, claimed it abandoned, and taxed them. But most importantly, we took their opportunity to compete. We tricked their leaders in the 60s to thinking desegregation was a good thing. It wasn't for them, but for us. We inherited much more.
Is this you discussing Indian blood? We're going to judge people by whether they have Indian blood, whether they're qualified to run a gaming casino or not?
That probably is me, absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, if you look at some of the reservations that you've approved, you, sir, in your great wisdom have approved, I will tell you right now, they don't look like Indians to me. And they don't look like Indians. Now, maybe we say politically correct or not politically correct. They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. And a lot of people are laughing at it, and you're telling how tough it is, how rough it is to get approved.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. They don't look like Indians to Indians, and they don't look like Indians to me. The Black people are the real Indians, not the Asian-looking casino-owning people. Let's be real, folks.
Black Americans are the true American Indians. It's amazing how people believe the fabricated stories. Look at the murals in Mexico or the historical accounts of the Virginia Indians. All of the state encyclopedias describe who they were. It's obvious. I'll leave you with this name, Walter Plecker. Plecker is responsible for the reclassification of millions of American Indians into what are referred to as Black people today. The Indians were once named after their nation, tribe, or empire before terms like American Indian were even made.
Well, I'll be John Brown. Would you look at that? I think it's safe to say.
So a lot of people are asking, was the video AI? It is a mixture of AI voices and real audio, because the one with Trump, when he was talking about they don't look like Indians to me, that's real. That was at an actual press conference in the 90s, I want to say. Not a press conference. They were at, I can't remember what they were, but that was real. Some of the stuff that was mentioned is real, but even if the voices are AI, it's the truth. A lot of what was said in this video is true. Okay. They gave you a depiction of these new Indians for you to think that those are those people, and they are not. They even created a whole country called India to make sure you would never think that that's you. But the American Indian is definitely the Black American. We just don't know it yet. This is why I tell y'all to do genealogy every day. I can't tell you who you are. I can just tell you where to find the answers. Genealogy is always key, okay? Now, we've been renamed over and over again. Now we're going by Black Americans, Foundational Black Americans, American Indian. We all got different names. I've told y'all all the time, none of the names mean anything to me, because I know that what happened prior to colonization is that in America, we were all of those things. We were different religions. We were different shades. We were different cultures in America. Just like you can go see a Black person in Atlanta and he be completely different from a Black person in Miami. It was the same way back then. The biggest misconception under that Pan-African umbrella was that we all need to coincide and be one, when we are not one. Yes, we are one under the Most High, but we are not one people as an individual. I'll say that. I'm a different person from New Orleans than Miss Parker from Tampa, than somebody from Chicago, than a Black person. You see what I'm saying? Even though we all Black, even though we all are Indians or Black Americans, we still have differences. I think it's very stupid that we continue to fight over names and identities. We just need to get in the genealogy and go get the reparations. That's where they at. They in the genealogy. Okay? I want to show y'all this video about this older woman talking about the old businesses that we used to have. When I tell y'all about genealogy, the reason is because there's a lot to uncover in this documentation. Documentation rules conversation. It overrules conversation all day long. When you do deep genealogy, you watch other people argue over identity because you know. You see what I'm saying? Part of the genealogy paperwork and paper trail is you need to go back and uncover the things that was taken away from you, taken away from your ancestors. Your family owned businesses, homes, land. They will never tell you that because they want you to think you're an African slave. But the government owes you more than they can pay you back. The only way to get that back is through genealogy, okay? Now, I want to get into this elder. And she's talking about how the businesses were back then. I can't remember what she said this was. She'll say it.
Were not allowed on Congress Avenue in any of the stores. But that's the reason why Blacks had all of the businesses on 6th Street. There was a tailor shop. There was a barber shop. There was a dress shop on 6th Street. There were food places. All on 6th Street. We had good business on 6th Street. And that's where people from St. John and everywhere else would come to 6th Street when they come to town. Later on, they started allowing us to go in their stores on Congress Avenue. E.M. Scarborough's, which was the biggest uptown store in Austin, they started letting Blacks come because they started employing Blacks. And I guess those Black people invited their friends to come and they started letting them all come there. Then after that, all the other stores opened up. Blacks were not allowed on Congress Avenue.
You see how much knowledge you can get from a 2-minute video from one of these elders? What she spoke about was how thriving the businesses were back then, but how they did the whole trickology on Black America. Because let's be clear, we had the best hotels, we had the best businesses. We may not have had all of the resources, but when it came to leisure and culture, we had the businesses. I believe that the trick was on the television, the live vision, by getting Black America all across America to believe that they were subjugated through this goddamn civil rights movement. That's what I believe. Because when you hear old people talk and you ask them about individualism, meaning how was life for you? Don't ask them about general, because a lot of them are indoctrinated with this BS like we are. Ask them about personal specific situations, and that's where you get the truth. So like when you hear this lady say, oh yeah, we had this, we had that, da 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 da. You see what I'm saying? That's when you find out who you were, where you come from, the type of people you came from. Most of us aren't entrepreneurs because we don't know we come from lines of entrepreneurs. Most of us ain't doctors and lawyers and damn Indian chiefs because we don't know we come from lines of doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs. Some of the stuff we doing as a hobby don't even realize that's the passion because that's what you come from. This is why genealogy is important. The trick about this whole civil rights or Jim Crow of black people needing to be in proximity to clears, that was a trick. It was witchcraft done through television and media. Hollywood made a really good production on that civil rights movement, and it worked like a charm. Let's move to the next video I wanted to show y'all. This lady talking about everything that they grew when they would have their own lands. Genealogy is important.
Their land as children. If we had to go to the store to get anything, it was mostly like salt, pepper, and sugar or something like that. Everything that we grew on that land, we ate it. Every kind of green that you could think of. Cabbage, okra. I don't know if anybody know anything about what you call a Swiss charge, poke salad, or watercress. Those are greens. And onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, corn, cotton. We grew all of that stuff on that land. We worked that land as children. If we had to go to the store to get anything, it was most.
So what she was talking about was how we were able to grow and live off of the land. You know, most people don't realize how what's the word I'm looking for? Most people don't realize how fruitful it is to own land. Do you know if you own land, you can feed yourself? You won't, if I'm talking about as far as need, you would never have to buy food ever again. If you own your land, you can literally feed yourself. A lot of the clears who own land, they know that. That's why they save a lot of money at the grocery store. That's why the lady told you when we went to the store, we only went to get accessories because we had the bulk of what we needed right here on the land. They lived longer, right? They lived longer. They ate healthier. They were more healthier. It wasn't until they started going to the doctor, we started finding out that our 95-year-old grandma got diabetes. She was fine. We would have never knew. Man, we got to get back to this land. This is what genealogy is about. I'm telling you, man, it's going to put us back in touch with our ancestors who came here before us. That is very, 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 very important. We have to be in touch with the people who came before us. I think I got, hold on. Because y'all do know we are remnants of those people that came before us. We are the people who came before us. It might not be on here. Hold on. It might be on Twitter. I had a fire video for that. I had a fire video for this dude talking about how we are the ancestors. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Is it this one? No, that's about the DNA test. We talked about that with the DNA test line and all that stuff. And I'll probably play it a little bit, but let me see if I can find this video. It's got to come up here. I'll be resharing and posting so much, Lord. It's got to be up here then. Y'all like the video while I look for this video right quick. Nope. It might be before this. If I can. Oh, here you go. Look at God. So remember, I tell y'all, like I said, the genealogy is about going find out who you are, who you were before this, where you come from, the people you come from. And when I tell y'all talk to the elders, that's because they have a lot of wisdom on them and they know a lot about things that happened before you were here. But the whole point is paying respect and homage back to our own ancestors. For so long, America has given us the ancestors that we need to praise. Martin Luther King. They give us the ancestors we need to praise. Rosa Parks. They give us the ancestors, and these people aren't even our real ancestors. When we have real people in our own bloodline who came before us that needs that homage.
The ancestors live through us. Yeah. They're in our DNA. That means millions of years of information is inside of you. So we talk about like people trying to access the Akashic records. The Akashic records isn't someplace like Washington, D.C., you know, or something like that. The Akashic records is here. And when you develop enough personal power and your consciousness raised to a level, then you have access to all of that information that's literally thousands and hundreds of thousands of years old. So we have access to that. That's why meditation is so important. Why don't they teach meditation in school? Because they don't want you getting in touch with no ancestors. They don't want you getting in touch with information that they don't know. The ancestors live.
And that's what I be talking about too. When he said they don't want you getting in touch with information that they don't know. You don't understand who you are, Black America. That's why I try to hammer it in y'all head every day so you know who you are and where you came from. There's answers to a lot of answers to a lot of life's questions right there in your bloodline. It's right there. When he talked about why they don't teach meditating, why you can't even sit still for 5 minutes to just sit in your thoughts. That's done by design. Not for them, specifically Black America, for you. Because they know if you tap in, it's over. This is why they keep you confused and distracted in all of this stuff. You see what I'm saying? This is what they do. I want to show y'all, because remember I told y'all Black Americans, we are the original beings, right? Well, yeah, we are the original people, Black Americans. But melanated people are the original people all over the world. The biggest lie was the out of Africa theory. I told y'all when y'all let Charles Darwin, I believe that was, who came up here, a clear man who was a Johnny come lately, come over here and tell us that we came from Africa and all the civilization started there with a monkey. I think most of us should have went to war. We should have started a whole war out here for this nigga saying some stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But somehow, some way it got passed down and we went with the move. But I told y'all, when y'all go to these countries and these places for vacations, they show you the cosplayers, the Cabbage Patch Kids, the clones, the fake people. Most Filipinos, you know, look like the regular Asians with a little tan on them and a little more coarse hair. But those aren't even the real Filipinos. Those are the stand-ins. We talked about the stand-ins when we talk about Mexicans. The Mexicans that you see running all across America, the little mijos, those are not the real Mexicans. Those are cosplayers. The real Mexicans look like me and you. Same thing with the Filipinos. The ones you see working at your job, running up and down the street, they not the real Filipinos. They are cosplayers. The real ones look like me and you. It's the same thing with the Hawaiians. It's the same thing with all the Hispanics. It's the same all over the world. Why? Because we were here first. These Johnny-come-latelys came and completely messed up everything, but we were here first. So I follow this guy named Ace on YouTube. I love his channel. This dude travels all over the world, and he'll find Black people in the smallest places. He's been to Cuba, and he speaks to these people, and they'll give you the real history on who they are. They give you their real slavery history, not the one they taught you in school. And them people have old folklore a lot of the times when you go to these places and history that runs hella deep. One of the things that I told y'all about these places is you never get to see them, and this is on purpose. What the conquistador and the colonizer did when they went everywhere except America or North America was they pushed the indigenous people off to the side, because what they knew was they were there to integrate and then infiltrate. They knew they wanted to basically wear those people's skin. It's no different from me and somebody becoming friends, and the next thing you know, you don't see me no more, but you see them dressed like me, acting like me, talking like me, wearing their hair like me, but that's not me. Same thing. That happened all over the world except here in the United States. And the reason that is because we are peculiar people. They couldn't do that to us. That's a story for another day. But the point I'm making is they put the fake people in place of those people, and then they put them all on TV, all in the movies. And you believe that these are the real people when they are not. The Asians you see, the Chinese, the Japanese, those are not the real people. Those are cosplayers. The real Asians, the real Chinese, and the real Japanese skin color like mine. Why? Because we were here first. And when I say we, I mean melanated people, indigenous copper-colored people all over the world. Let's get into a little bit of Ace going to the Philippines, and he got to show us a nice little view of this Filipino village where he went. He's got a page on YouTube. I love his channel, y'all. Check him out.
We have an interesting video. Let's go. All right, yo. Today we are going to be visiting the Eta tribe here in the Philippines. The Eta tribe are actually the original people of the Philippines. And when I say original, they are the first to inhabit this land, all right, guys? And then other groups slowly migrated in. They've been able to preserve their culture, hiding from colonization and everything. So I think that's kind of dope. There's a motorcycle coming up right now. Maybe it's some of the members of the tribe. Yeah, I think so. Right now. Let's see. Hello. Wow, nice to meet you. How you doing? Wow. Negrito, yes. I'm black too. Yes. Negrito. I'm same. Welcome to Asia. We have an interesting video.
You saw how that man pulled up on that bike and said Negrito. He was just so happy to see somebody black. Because what I tell y'all in America is them people be dealing with a lot of the same racism. It's just they don't have an outlet or a platform for y'all to see it. The original man all over the world looks like me and you. All these other people are fake. They are not the real people. I know for my Bible people, y'all talk about the scripture where they say, and the ones who say they are Jews and they are not, okay, apply that to everywhere. The only country they couldn't do that to is North America or the Americans or us in Black America. Why? Because we can never be duplicated. Ever. Even if they try their hardest. We the only group of melanated people that can never, ever be duplicated. His name is Ace. He's on YouTube, ACE. Ace. So they couldn't do that to us. They had to trick us and tell us, oh, y'all minorities and y'all came from Africa. They had to literally get in our heads. Everywhere else, they physically forced them out, went to war with a lot of them people, and pushed them off to the side and put the fake people in front. This is why I tell y'all, when y'all go on y'all vacations, be careful, but try to explore outside of the norm. Try to go see stuff that's not in the Google list of things to do. You see what I'm saying? And be careful. I'm not trying to tell you to go do nothing unsafe. But these people been lying to us. These people been lying to us. Be mindful of all of this, y'all. Y'all gonna run across a lot of stuff. Be mindful of the BS and watch the hijack. Now I want to get into another subject. Hold on. I had another video I want to show y'all. Get the likes up on the video, please, y'all. Please like the video. Hold on. Here you go. Do y'all recall, because when I talk about genealogy as well, y'all, I speak often about genealogy because it talks about ownership. I'll say this, identity is the first key to freedom. You can't know what to do if you don't know who you are. This is why most of us are just kind of like living in this matrix. We just kind of like getting up, going to work, coming home, paying bills, getting drunk, going out, and wash, rinse, repeat. But the reason that is because we don't know who we are. And the reason we don't know who we are is because we're heavily confused under witchcraft, indoctrination, and all other tools that's been set in place to keep us all jacked up. Genealogy is one of the first and only ways you can get right back to who you are, because guess what? That is documented proof of who you were before you know who you are today. And that's how you answer a lot of questions. A lot of people might say, you know, I used to always wonder why I had this mark on my arm. And then you realize, oh, snap, this is from my ancestor. And now I understand why my arm do this. Or now I understand why my booty sit high. Or now I understand why my cheekbones are high. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start the little things that you think are obsolete and frivolous, these things can literally reshape your identity and your idea of who you are. And once you start to see you differently, the world has to bend and conform to the way that you see yourself. And I don't mean physically, I mean all the way around across the board. But as long as they keep you all jacked up and messed up, you'll never know who you are and you'll never search up until now, because now we doing genealogy. Okay? Now, remember the immigrant crisis that we had. I always go by this motto: there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. The reason why I go by that motto is because I realize this enemy is not clever at all. He's not smart. Clever, yeah. Smart, no. What he does is wash, rinse, repeat. He does what he knows to do over and over again. And what he banks on is that you would never catch on. Now, because I caught on and most of the world don't catch on to it, I get called the conspiracy theorist, or I get called the crazy person, or oh, boo, you goes fault. Thank God I don't take offense to it. Thank God I'm never taking offense to it, because it would really deter me if I was a weak broad, if it makes sense. But I'm not weak. I normally just take people's L's or people's conversations and stuff and be like, yeah, go screw your mom. You know what I'm saying? I say some stuff like that in my head and I move on. But finding out who you are is not only going to change your life for you, it is going to change your life for family around you and even generations to come. This is how you get to break generational curses. This is how you get to understand who you are, so you can shift your life around who you really are, not who you were taught to be. When it comes to immigration, the reason why we don't fight for it as hard as we should have been fighting for it is because we were discombobulated and miseducated, indoctrinated very heavily to this black and brown people of color minority bullshit. That's how we got caught up, trying to be all inclusive. We've been doing this since the beginning of time, and this is how the enemy has been successful. They've done the same thing over and over and over again in hopes that you would never catch on. Some of us are starting to wake up to the play, and we're starting to easily move ourselves out of the way, but a lot of us haven't caught up yet. The immigration thing was done back then and it's being done now. The clears, I told y'all, when I see them on here hollering about immigration, I always squint my eye, because you motherfuckers come over here through immigration too. Y'all don't belong here. Clears are not indigenous to nowhere. So when I used to see the clears, all in their feelings about the immigrants, I be wanting to ask each and every one of them, well, what happened when your grandma got her flat ass off the boat? And I'm not helping up for the new immigrants by no means, but I need y'all to understand what you're looking at. This is also witchcraft. You get a whole bunch of clears acting like, yeah, Black America, because we, and you be done forgot, they're part of the people who colonized your ass off the cuff. Because you so busy fighting the tethers, you done forgot they foreigners too. So it was very rich to watch clear people. I don't give a damn what kind of clear you is. It was very rich watching any clear tell us or feel some type of way about the immigrants, because bitch, y'all immigrants too. The only people ain't immigrants is us. But neither here nor there. What they did then or now is what they've always done. I ran across this video of this, I don't know if this is a movie, I don't know what this is, but it was about when the Cubans came in through Florida. Y'all remember the movie, what's the name of that movie? Scarface. Y'all remember the movie Scarface? One thing I always picked up about that movie Scarface was at the very beginning of the movie, it was a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans, Cubans, and Dominicans jumping off the goddamn boat, scattering around like goddamn animals. I'll never forget it. At the beginning of the movie, Scarface and his best friend, they jumping off the boat, sweaty and dirty, looking for jobs, and they got him in these like concentration camps. Put a 3 in the chat if you remember the movie. In the movie, as a matter of fact, Scarface got on because he hit a lick. Somebody wanted somebody in the camp popped. So they paid, no, they ain't pay him. They told Scarface to do it, and he went pop the dude at the concentration camp. This was the same type of thing that they doing today in 2025, 2026. The way they ran all them boatloads of people back in then, that's the same thing they doing now. They did the same thing with Ellis Island and continue to do over and over and over again. Do not allow the foreigners who've been here for a while confuse you to believe that they ain't a foreigner too, because they are. Clears all the way down. Okay? So, I saw this video and I wanted to show y'all how things were going with the Cubans because it immediately brought me in the mind of Scarface. Check this out.
Many Black Miamians view the sudden in-migration of Cubans with bitter irony. Black Miamians watched as Cuban exiles were given assistance, aid, and money that native-born Black Americans never received. Some Blacks began to feel that the Cuban migration and the federal government's attention to Cuban needs blunted demands that Blacks were making during the 1960s civil rights struggle. Jesse McCrary is an attorney in Miami. At 34, McCrary has had a fast-moving career. He's been an assistant state's attorney general and for a time sat as one of Florida's federal court judges. McCrary likes to remember that he is one of few Blacks that is able to maintain offices on Miami's Biscayne Boulevard. We asked McCrary what he thought the Cuban immigration means to Blacks in Miami.
Well, one, Tony, it means that economically, when you look at what the Cubans have done in terms of their economics versus what Blacks have done, it means that we are once again at the bottom of the barrel. There are no predominantly Black financial institutions in this county. Some people would say that, even though there is a bank here with a number of Blacks on the board of directors. But when you look at the control of the bank, where the major portion of the stock is held, it's held by white Miamians. Contrasting that, you have Cubans who have a bank that reportedly is one of the fastest growing banks in the country. Now, that poses a problem because I believe that the whole strength of any community happens to be what kind of financial institutions do you have? Is there an institution that can make a loan to a man who wants to go in business? Is there an institution that is sympathetic to a man who wants to build a house? Is there an institution where he can borrow money to send his children to school? Now, if you don't have those kinds of institutions, then certainly when other people have them, that is white Miami, Cuban Miami, and then Black Miami does not have it, it certainly puts them in a pretty poor position, I think.
As you can see, in the 80s, it looks like it was, or the 70s, I can't really tell. Black people in Miami were bitching about the Cubans they were letting in, giving them all the set-asides. They not only did this with Cubans in Miami, they did this with the Vietnamese in New Orleans. And I wasn't even old enough to remember, but now that I know what I know growing up, I'm pretty positive they did the same thing with the Vietnamese in New Orleans. The whole point is to get all these foreigners on this land so that they can take it from you. Somebody said in the chat earlier, they don't care about the land, they want the benefits. But the benefits are tied to the land. I don't want y'all to separate that. I need y'all to understand. The reason why Black people are dead last on all type of doggone financial polls and we have the biggest spending power, but we don't own nothing is because we don't own no land. When we start to own land, rather you want to understand it or not, when you own land, it literally catapults you into ownership of all types of stuff. So please don't mistake the benefits with the land. They buying land. The foreigners are buying land. They just doing it quietly. They're allowing the ones who here on their nickel 95 jobs to live in the city. But quietly behind the scenes, these foreigners are buying land that belongs to you, Black America. So please do your genealogy. But I thought it was odd, though, like I say, that we was having the same issue in Miami, and I'm pretty sure across America. Then this is all stemming after the civil rights movement. When we sung "We Shall Overcome" and held hands with them people and watched Mike sign that goddamn paperwork to get them goddamn foreigners over here, we signed away our rights. We signed away our resources. We signed away our dream and became a nightmare for us and gave them the dream. We gave our dream away. It's the uncomfortable truth. When Black America went through civil rights, we sold our dream. We gave it away. We just did. You know what I mean? Somebody said, what are the solutions? Ground, meditate, and go within. I'm not your God. I'm just a YouTuber. Ground, meditate, and pray. Then you'll find your answer. That's another thing I need Black America to do. Stop looking for somebody else to give you your answer. Your answer is inside of you. The highest form of knowledge is inside of you. Stop looking for somebody else to tell you what and who you are. The answer is in you. Don't ask me for the solution. Ask yourself. Go stand in front of the mirror and look in the mirror and ask yourself, what's the solution? I promise you, you're going to get an answer. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Please. But no, I know it was Nubia, but I'm using that as an example because I know a lot of other people might feel like that. Well, what are we going to do? What's the solution? You got to start with the healing, start with the genealogy, start with all of the stuff you need. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you the answer's going to come to you. I can't tell you. I can't. I can only give you the answers for me. I can't give you the answer for you in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to get into this dude. Hold on. I guess some Nigerian did a podcast where he didn't like, I guess he was on Godfrey podcast, and he said he don't like the FBA delineation because it's separatists and this, that, and the third. I told y'all these people are telling you about using all these buzzwords, only because they know that their well runs dry when you wake up. So here come all the buzzwords. Oh, you guys are divisive. Oh, you guys are separatists. Y'all just want to separate and be different. And y'all are wrong. That's gaslighting 101. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, Black America. Keep your head down and do your genealogy. Don't let them fall. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Let me see. I could have swore I had it up. I don't know what I be doing. Hold on. Oh, Lord. All right, hold on. Let me see. Because I could have swore I had it up, the video. Let me see if it'll pull up. I'll go on Tariq's page. I think I saw it on Tariq's Twitter. So Tariq he shared this dude who was basically saying that he was on what's that boy name? He was on Godfrey's channel. And you know, Godfrey is a Nigerian, but he speak a lot about Black American culture. And I guess he's trying to like get them niggas in line as to when y'all come over here. I don't know if this is grift or cosplay. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. We'll go with that. But anyway, he do be talking good about Black America. I will give him that. Damn it, I could have swore I shared this video. If I can't find this video, I'm going to be mad. Hold on. Let me look on my page one more time because I know I shared that video. But the Nigerian dude basically was saying that he don't like us delineating. While I'm doing that, let me let y'all see this while I'm looking for this video. I'm gonna look for the video and let y'all see this. I told y'all they still finding all kind of sites and stuff all across America. Check it out.
Of America. Did you hear about the waterfall that was just discovered in the jungles of Tennessee and no one's ever known that it's there? But what's crazy about it is what's at the bottom of it, because it rewrites the entire history of America, the United States of America. At the bottom is a cavern chamber that they said is full of Egyptian artifacts. In fact, on the wall of it, they said that there's petroglyphicers that tells the history of the world. And it's not quite in the Egyptian writing. They say it's more like a reformed Egyptian, but it says that man was placed on earth by our sky cousins, and that the United States is a land that's super important, is what it says. So I'm going to go down there tomorrow with Dr. Remy Demi. I'm super excited, a little nervous, and take pictures and see what other artifactage is. They said there's a chest that's locked, and it says there's a curse on it that says do not open. And so we'll likely open it to see what's inside, but I'll keep.
So y'all can see they already finding all types of stuff. This is done on purpose. I tell y'all, we got to start exploring within our own backyards. I know we love going on a good vacation out of the country. We got to start taking a couple of dollars and going around our own backyard. Now, I did find one of the videos, but this wasn't the actual one I was looking for, but we'll go with it. Here's an older one. Let me go get the actual one I was looking for, though. This is the same Nigerian dude. So now I guess Godfrey has Africans on his panel, on his channel, and they have the diaspora conversation. And Godfrey is supposed to be like, in my opinion, he represents the buffer. Because even though Godfrey is a Nigerian, he was raised around niggas. So culturally, Godfrey really is a nigga. He's not a nigga, he's a Nigerian. Let me say that back. But culturally, he identifies and acts as if he has more knowledge on Black American culture, in which he would more than the other Africans because he grew up in Chicago. So it makes sense. So I guess he does these panels with other Africans, or at least this one in particular. And he talks to them about the difference between Black American culture and African culture. I know one of them, they were talking about the word Akata and all that stuff. And then I think this one, they talking about the guy is saying that we don't appreciate the contributions Africans bring to America. Let me play this, and I'm gonna go look for the other video.
We appreciate that. We appreciate it, but African Americans have always been hardworking. But no, African Americans have been hardworking, but I don't know. But opportunity. What about the appreciation of the hard work for the immigrants who came to this country and worked hard? Here's the thing: is the Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist son of bitches on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But you know, Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him. Right. Yeah. So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational black, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like shit. Right. Being hung, lynched, Jim Crow, from slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. They've been, black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes. Right. You understand? Burning up of black towns. And people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it. Black excellence. They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody raped them, and they never did because a white woman lied. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity, but.
So as you can see, that's kind of like the banter that he has back and forth with these immigrants. And this is what makes me upset the most. These immigrants ain't did no history. They don't have no history on this land. They don't join the military. They don't have a longevity of dying and fighting in wars. They haven't built nothing. They haven't. But then they want to come in and infiltrate our stuff and make it a we issue, and it's or a we thing, and it's not. It's really not. And it's so frustrating to see because I don't even want to have the conversation with him no more. I don't want to have a conversation with no African. If you don't get it, oh well, I don't care. I'm not trying to make you understand it because these people are playing stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. They know if the shoe was on the other foot, they would go to goddamn war in Nigeria if a bunch of niggas came out there and started taking over with their money. They would literally strategize and plan a war. They know exactly what they're doing. I'm not educating these fools. They know what they're doing. It's just frustrating to me because they playing in a lot of our face because we've been indoctrinated to black and brown coalition, people of color, our ass. We Jim Crow slow a little bit and they get over on us. The politicians get over on us. Even some of our own people get over on us because they play on our ability to be empathetic to other groups of people. Everybody playing in our face. Everybody. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. I know I shared this video. Let me scroll down. Maybe I'm scrolling too fast. I know for a fact I shared this video. It's just I shared too much. I don't even remember everything I shared. Nope, one applies. Nope. Let me see. I'll play this one while I'm looking for it. This is the lady talking about the DNA test. I'll play this while I'm looking for the other video.
So the African is the African DNA and the American.
Before we get into this, I've already talked to y'all about scientifically how Black Americans are different from Africans, right? Scientifically, genetically, we are completely different. We don't have the same skulls. We don't have the same genes. Only thing we have like Africans are melanin. I'm not saying this to be divisive. I'm just telling y'all the truth. The only thing Black Americans have in common with Africans are melanin. That's it. We not the same people. Nothing about us is the same. Nothing about us has ever been the same, okay? So I need y'all to be clear about that. But they'll tell you that we all one, and that's to keep you all jacked up. Now remember, they wanted y'all to do DNA tests, and a lot of people went and did it. A lot of people went and did their DNA test. And when they did, what they found out was, oh, I'm 60% Nigerian. Mind you, Nigeria wasn't there. And like I said, I don't want anybody to come over here saying, but voodoo, the people were there. The location wasn't there. No, they wasn't. That's a lie. They were never there. Okay? The whole thing is a big fairy tale bullcrap. But a lot of people took that DNA test and it coincidentally, conveniently made you more African than American. That should have been the first red flag because you got too many generations on this land to have that much African DNA. Let's get into it.
Listening to me, I said I called the DNA company to ask them what African American DNA was. She said it was a mix of African and original settler DNA. I made her break down what African was and what American was and what they meant together. So the African is the African DNA and the American is what she called original settler DNA. She didn't say it was a mix of African and European. She didn't say it was a mix of African and Native American. I specifically asked her if original settler DNA was European or Native American. She said no. I asked her the same question so many times that she was getting frustrated with me until she finally said, the people that are from that land. And she said it just like that because I was pissing her off. So I spent half an hour to 40 minutes asking her the same question over and over again. I refused to get off of the phone until I was certain that I was hearing what she was saying to me.
That whole DNA test is a sham. It's a sham. And the people who be working for them people don't even know what the hell going on. It's a sham. It's not real. The people who are from that land. Who are the people who are from that land? They can't tell you nothing because they don't have no answers for real. I cannot find that Godfrey video. I thought I shared it. But they can't tell you nothing because they can't, because it's not real. That's why they can't tell you who and what the people are, because it's not real. I need Black America to understand this. But a guy who was on there talking about how apparently the guy on Godfrey's stream, because I can't find the video. I'm not gonna lose my mind about it. But the guy who was on Godfrey's stream, his whole idea or his whole argument was that Black Americans separating from the rest of Africa or the rest of the melanated people was basically setting everybody back. And that is a repeated, how do you say? That is a repeated talking point that I've heard from foreigners and Black Americans alike. And all I know is that y'all are just hearing something and just going back and record it in your brain, and then you spitting it back out like a goddamn a voicemail. You see what I'm saying? That's all you're doing. It ain't your beliefs. It ain't even your thoughts. It's just what you keep repeating. But the fact of the matter is, delineation is a must. It is necessary. It is biblical. It is spiritual. This had to happen. In this spiritual warfare, what's happening is the Most High is waking up his people. And in the midst of waking them up, a lot of lies are being exposed and a lot of truth is being told. Most people not going to like the truth because it go down like bad Robitussin. But it is what it is. What I'm telling y'all is, y'all got to understand that in this spiritual warfare, it is imperative that we do our part and get everything that we need done. Genealogy, all this stuff, because while they over there hollering and screaming about, oh, y'all delineating being separatists, fine. We're going to keep delineating being separatists. And by the time all of this shit ceases, we're going to be sitting on our thrones, on our lands, because that's what the throne is, the land. Does that make sense? So do not allow outsiders who know good and well they would never allow you to do that in their home. Do not allow them to deter you from your way of thinking. It is Black America versus everybody, not because I made it up, because that has been the history on this land. We've never had any allies. We've never had anybody, any groups to stand up for Black America and say, you know what, Black America, we see what them crackers doing to you. We see what them Nigerians doing to you. We gonna stand with you. We have never had it. It's always been us versus everybody. But thank God, Most High God, we have him on our team. And that's the only reason we've been able to keep ourselves afloat the way that we have. But I'm saying all that to say, don't let that outside noise interfere with you. It's going to be a lot of outside noise sometimes coming from the inside. People in your house, in your family, in your friendships, in your friend groups. Do not allow that outside noise to stop Black America from delineating. It is a must. This is above our pay grade. How that boy say it's above me now, it's above us. This delineation thing is way above us. You got to have rank to even go talk to the people or to the system or to the Most High about this delineation thing. Always remember that. Black Americans versus everybody. Shameless plug. Go get your merch. Link pinned to the top of the chat. I'm just saying, but for real though, all jokes aside, for real though, stop letting them people come from outside. Because like I say, it's kind of like reminding me of a bad relationship with a man. You ever been or a woman, it don't matter. But you ever been in a relationship with somebody and they'll do some real horrible stuff to you and swear to God you ain't see what you saw? That's how I be feeling when I see these foreigners tell us that we need to be a little bit more thoughtful and not be separatists and all that stuff. Because I know good and well you wouldn't let me do this to you. So boy, go lay. Like, I'm not about to let you play with me. I'm not about to let you feel what I'm saying? Have me all discombobulated, don't know my ass from my head. Not about to let you do it. Let me read some of these super chats. How do you say your name? Alasia? Nope. Alaje. I cannot spell your name or pronounce your name, but I know it's pretty. Thank you so much for the super chat. I like your name. And I can't even pronounce it. I just know it's pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. It says, happy birthday, boo, my Louisiana Pisces sis. Lay. All right, Lay. I'll call you Lay. Thank you, Lay. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you, beautiful. Cosmic Neuromelanated Star Soul. Thank you for the super chat. Says, Denzel Washington is with the shits, and so is his wife. Facts. You saw over there smiling when he asked the gay man if he gonna write the role. Girl, the way my owns would have got the windmilling. Girl, please. Virgo Lady Raw. I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Says, I don't like the fact that we have to give money to get questions answered. But anyway, what do we do after genealogy is done? What is the next step? You don't have to give money. Well, you're going to have to give some money in some levels because you're going to have to get information. But I told y'all there are free ways to do it. Start with your family. But what's the next step? It all depends on what you find in your genealogy. Let me tell y'all something. This is a group effort, but it's not. Listen to me, because this is a great comment. Thank you, Virgo lady, for asking this. Genealogy is a group effort in the sense of we as a group need to dig in our genealogy. But what comes out of it is separate. It's personal. It's yours. One of the biggest misconceptions we've been fed is that the government is going to put us all in one big group and divide one big old check and we're going to all split it. That's not the truth. And even if they did do something like that, you might not want to take that. What happens after you do your genealogy depends on what you find, and it is specific to you. Now, collectively, we will be able to come together and do something, absolutely. But right now, it's kind of like the old saying, sweeping in front of our own front porch. What we doing right now is we getting our stuff together. What we find out of it, it's like a treasure hunt. It's like a treasure hunt. Some of y'all might go in y'all genealogy and find millions. Some of y'all might go in y'all genealogies and find colleges. I don't know. It depends on you and who you come from. Some of y'all might go in your genealogy and find a little bit of nothing. It depends. I can't tell you that. But even the physical nothing don't mean nothing. Do the genealogy. When you start seeing stuff, I'll tell you what, this was going to happen. This how it's going to go. You're going to do your genealogy, right? And then you're going to run across a great grand or a great whatever who owned, let's say, a barbershop. And you're going to be like, oh, snap. Uncle Bo owned a barbershop. And then you're going to go do your research and you're going to look up this barbershop and you're going to say, well, damn, Uncle Bo had this barbershop for 50 years in the neighborhood. And the barbershop only went away. Jim Crow? Oh, so the government took my Uncle barbershop. Now, because you have documentation and also obviously your identification is proof, you can go down to whatever city that was that took your Uncle barbershop and you can say, hey, you can go get all your supporting documents from court records and everything because all of that's in your city. And you go back to the courthouse and you say, hey, y'all owe me a barbershop. Remember y'all took this from my Uncle Bo? And they're going to say, yeah, you do. Here go the paperwork. You get it? That's how you get it back. That's how you get it back. Real talk. Don't take for granted the stuff that you find in your genealogy. You're going to find a lot of treasures. That's your gold. When you see some stuff, go look into it. Oh, grandma owned this. Let me go look into it. Oh, grandma and them had land. Don't just say it and be proud about it. Go find out what happened to the land. That's where your genealogy going to lead you. Lady Nightwalker, thank you for the super chat, says they put the truth in the slavery movies when they put the African off the boat on a plantation and the natives had to teach the Africans. Facts. They just changed the identity. They changed the way the people look so we wouldn't know it. But you absolutely right. I never thought about it. They sure did have some of them slave movies, or at least one, where they had the natives teaching the Africans. That's because we was the native and they was the dago. You on it, sister. Thank you so much. Diva Kika, thank you for the super chat. Says 1912 Negro Yearbook, good resource. Clears kept records. It's in the book. I sent you email. Love you, Boo. Thank you, Diva. I'll check it out. Thank you, Boo. What you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Says happy Friday, Boo. Love your platform. It's powerful. Keep sowing your seeds, my girl. Thank you. I'm gonna keep sowing down. I'm sowing down. I have a hoe. And I take it everywhere I go. Because I'm planting seeds, so I reap what I sow. You know. Yay. Thank you, first class citizen, for the super chat. Said it also tells you for entertainment purposes only. Absolutely. And that's the 23andMe DNA test. It literally says for entertainment purposes only. Don't get caught up. Thank you, first class citizen. Anthony Cummins, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, boo. And Jessica Grimes, thank you for the super chat, says, I talked to my aunt. She told me how big my daddy was, a whole real Indian. They farmed their own land until the river mysteriously took their land. Ooh, you talking about the flood, the great flood in was it 18? Because you know they flooded the Mississippi River and took a whole lot of Black American land, right? Black America, did y'all know about this? We talked about this on Educational Friday a long time ago. So back in the late 1800s, they did a great flood and they flooded the Mississippi River, and Black Americans who own land all along the river lost their lands. Go look it up. It's a real life thing. I'm not making this up. So if you read about your great-grandfather or your big daddy having all that land and it was mysteriously taken, probably around that time. You see what I'm saying? Your big daddy land probably got taken around the flood time. Go get your land, girl. Go get your land. Go get with the smart people in your family, or maybe you the smart person, and go get your land. They owe y'all some land. And with that being said, I hope y'all are doing genealogy and shopping at Babe, because Black Americans versus everybody, and Babe is a new wave. I will catch y'all Monday. I do have Educational Friday coming up. Make sure y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out for that. It'll be around 5-ish. Around that time. But with that being said, I'm about to hop up off here. Love y'all. Make sure y'all take care of each other and never pay me back. Just pay it forward. Love y'all. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.